Hello everybody, welcome back to Buzzard-Roost. I am Buzzard. Hold on. Gotta have my coffee. As you guys know, I've got some little chicks and they're finally starting to lay. I don't know if you can see this, but they're little bitty eggs right now. But what I wanted to show you guys, because we're going to start having a abundance of eggs, I just wanted to show you how to water glass eggs. Now, the hydrated lime, purified water, and I've got a bunch of these smaller buckets that use for like refugee buckets and stuff like that. But I got a ton of them. So to water glass eggs, you need 1 ounce of hydrated lime with 1 quart of water. So we already know this is a gallon. That'll be 4 quarts. So I need 4 ounces. Now I've pre-measured it here. And 1/3 of a cup, not packed down, is about 1 ounce. So I want to add 4 of these, and I'll check the measurements on, or the scale on the next one too, to see if it comes out pretty close. But that's what you want. Need one other thing. Need something to stir it up with. So what you do, one gallon of water. There's 1 ounce. Two ounce. Three ounce. 4 ounce. I'm just a little bit over 4 ounces on there. Make sure you stir it up real good. Matter of fact, I think I'll use a whisk on this. And it makes it dusty too. And I don't know how well you can see that, but it is milky white. Now you only want to use basically naturally cleaned eggs. You don't want to wash them. And you want to check them. Make sure there's no cracks, nothing on it. Now if it's a dirty egg, don't put it in here. Go ahead and use that egg. And whenever you get enough eggs in there to fill up the bottom, a little hint would be to turn, if you can see them, turn the small end down. Now even if you're keeping them in the carton, you want to put the small end down. Something about not as much surface, something like that is what I heard. I'm going to make sure I check all these, because when I pulled them out I had a dirty one and I had to exchange it for another one. Also, another reason I want to use this, you can use any size container you want. One reason I'm using this is because I've got so many of them. And also, I can date these. Whenever I get this, I'll put a start date on it and the date I finished filling this up. And then I'll start another small bucket. And then whenever I go to use them, they're not real good to use as fried, but making scrambled eggs or in something you're baking, they'll work just fine with it. Now, I've heard that you can keep them up to 8 months. You want to keep them in a cool spot, but I've heard that they're still what they were saying on the video, 100% at 8 months they were still good. Now, forgot what else I was going to tell you on this. Oh, if you don't have a lid that you can snap down on it, you want to avoid evaporation. So what you could do on this is to put like a tablespoon or two of oil, which it'll float on top and it'll help cut down on the evaporation. But you also want to put a rag over it just to keep any critters or anything like that out of it. But I'm lucky. I got a lid. I got bunches of lids. One thing I don't like about these lids, it's rough on the fingers when you open them back up. So that'll be it for that. I'll be able to by using the smaller buckets, I'll be able to use my older eggs first, and should last throughout the winter. Now, when you're going to use them, when you take them out, you want to rinse them off real good because you don't want this in your food. I don't know, I've never ate hydrated lime, but I'm sure you don't want it in your food. So, if you use smaller buckets, you can use anything. You can use a crock, you can use mason jars, you can use just about anything to do this with. But this will help preserve your eggs. This is the way they done them in the old days to make them last throughout the winter, because as most people know, chickens do not lay very well in the winter. Now, I've got 12 hens, new hens. I've got 4 old hens. I get egg 2, sometimes 3 a day during the summertime, but during the wintertime, I'm lucky to get an egg out of them. So this will help feed my family through the wintertime as far as eggs go. Do your research on it. I'm not an expert on this. This is just something I've seen basically on YouTube. I've watched several videos on several ways of preserving eggs, and for me, this would be the simplest and most cost effectiveness. Now, hydrated lime, you can pick this up. I looked it up. Horticulture hydrated lime is the same thing as just regular hydrated lime. I think it's also called slate lime. Anyway, this is expensive. Well, it's not really that expensive, but you can get like a 50-pound bag at a somewhere like Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. They mix it in with concrete to make concrete. And I think a 50-pound bag is like, I don't know, $6-7. That'll last you for the rest of your life probably, if all you're doing is this. But it's also good for soils in your garden. If I remember correctly, if you got acidy soils, you can put this on there and it'll bring down the acidity. Research that. I may be wrong on that one. But remember, take responsibility for what you do. And remember, only dead fish follow the flow of the stream. Don't be a dead fish. This is Buzzard. See ya.